Hey everybody, welcome back to Crackin' Packs. It's Sunday afternoon, around 2 p.m. here on the West Coast. We're live. Going to be sharing with you today the remainder of cards from the vintage baseball card collection that my mom sent me. And we have a few other little treats and surprises today as well. Including a bit of fan mail. The first fan mail that I received from one of our viewers out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. I'm a little worried that the stream is kind of slow. My computer's not the best. I'd be happy to be watching and can let me know how the stream looks. That would be great. Okay, it seems like it's maybe caught up with itself. I'll plow ahead. Actually, I guess I'll plow ahead. Okay, before I open that package, I did just want to share some of the cards. Last episode, I opened this big, I went through this big binder of what was mostly commons from the mid-'60s Topps and 1973 Topps baseball sets. I took all those commons out, kind of organized them, and then went through and pulled out the cards in there that were commons, and there's actually quite a few. Some of these, they're not commons. They may only be worth $1 or $2 more than regular commons in the set, but some of them are pretty nice cards. We have here 1973 Tom Seaver, Hall of Famer for the Mets. Willie McCovey, New York Giants outfield. He played with Willie Mays. Willie is a Hall of Famer himself, but Mays, kind of overshadows him. Mays is one of the greatest of all time. But some commentators have said that if McCovey had played on his own, he would have, on any other team, McCovey would have been the biggest star. And I actually have two of those McCoveys. And I think I mentioned this last video. Those, if you look closely at those, they're in really nice condition. I mentioned this card in my last video, but I wasn't actually sure if he was a Hall of Famer, but he is. So shouts out to Bill Mazeroski for the Pittsburgh Pirates player. This was kind of funny. I mentioned this card last time, one of these manager cards, Jack McEwen, or McKeon, however you pronounced it, KC Royals. Some of these, I don't know, McKeon, maybe he's in the Hall, or maybe he's, maybe he won a championship or something. So his manager card happens to be worth a little more. Just a random 1973 rookie here. Ken Wrights, William or Bill McNulty, and Terry Hughes. Apparently that's worth a little more than the average common. I mentioned this one last time. Steve Garvey has some value. Del Unser, I mentioned this one last time. Not in the Hall of Fame, but this one has some value. Hall of Famer here, not surprising. Reggie Jackson has a little value. I showed all these before. I suspect that this might be worth a little more. The Thurman Munson. Mike Hegan, for whatever reason, that card was worth a little bit more than the average common. Jim Holt. Don Wilson. He might actually be in the Hall. 1965 Topps Detroit Tigers team card. I mentioned these team cards tend to be worth a little more than the average common. That one's in really nice condition as well. I think I mentioned this card, Rusty Staub, Astros. This looks like it might be his third-year card. Or no, actually, maybe he went to a different. Maybe he went down to the minors for a year. All-Star, not in the Hall, though, I don't think. This Tribe Thumpers special card, Rocky Colavito and Leon Wagner. That's in nice shape. Ed Matthews. It's in nice shape. I mentioned this Bengal Balters card, Cash and Kayleen. Duke Snyder, outfielder. And I think this guy's actually in the Hall, I found out. Billy Williams. I don't know much about his career. I guess I should do a little more research, but he's a Hall of Famer, so his card's worth a little extra. And then I have another set. I haven't actually put these in cases yet. Some I haven't even put in penny sleeves. Louis Tiant. In these old sets, they would have like a World Series retrospective. This one's called Stottlemyre Wins. Cubs team card. Again, these 65 cards are in really nice condition. Really nice. Rookie card. Don't know this player, but his card was worth a little more. Bill Skowron. Sometimes these cards, they can be worth more because they're in a certain number in the set, so they're hard to find in good condition. St. Louis Cardinals team card. Tony Conigliaro. I think that's a second-year card. 1964 strikeout leaders. I think I mentioned this one. Bob Gibson, Hall of Famer, is on the card. And an RBI leaders card with Willie Mays. I mentioned before, these multiplayer cards usually tend to be worth, even if there's multiple Hall of Famers on them, they tend to be worth less than the individual player cards. But, at the end of the day, it's still a Willie Mays card from 1965 in really nice condition, and that's cool to me. Some more that I haven't put in plastic. The Bob Uecker card, he's in the Hall of Fame because he, as a broadcaster, 1963 Pittsburgh Pirates card, that's in pretty good shape. These are just random cards from the 1963 set that are worth a little more. Chuck Hiller. Willie Kirkland. Doug Camilli. This one's in rough shape. Roger Craig, New York Mets pitcher. Chico Cardenas. Gene Conley. Chuck Cottier. Cottier. Willie Davis. LA Dodgers team picture. I like that one since I'm out here in LA. That's not in great shape, though. Dean Chance, second-year card. He's got a weird look on his face there. Ralph Houck, manager card. Goog Powell, second-year card. Tom Tresh, second-year card. I think I mentioned that on the last stream for some reason. New York Mets team card. That's in pretty rough shape. Dale Long. John Roseborough. Orlando Cepeda. He might be in the Hall, but he was definitely an all-star. Detroit Tigers team card. And here's an interesting one. This is and this card's in great shape. I got to put this in a sleeve right away. It's the last card in the 1963 top set, Johnny Temple, card number 576. And that's worth a little more money, and I assume that's because of the trend that I mentioned where with the high-numbered and the low-numbered cards, when kids used to collect these, they would put rubber bands around them and stuff. So the first card and the last card would be the most likely card to get damaged. So if you know any of those players and why if you know why one card or another might be worth a little more than the regular common, feel free to comment either here in the live chat or in the comments below the video. And if you have memories of any of these players, feel free to add that. Oh yeah, and while I'm on the topic, if you like the channel, be sure to subscribe. I still want to give away some common cards when we reach 100 viewers. Common card of your choice. I'll do a drawing and give at least one away. And make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Okay, So now this is not, I don't know what's in this package. I got to make sure I don't show the address either. But this is our fan mail. This is from the mailbag. I received this from a viewer in Philadelphia. He says that the contents are family friendly, that it's acceptable to open it on camera. I had made a wager with this fellow, and I don't know if this is my prize or if it's something else. I got this package like over a week ago. I've been waiting to open it on air. I don't want to cut into it too much because I don't know what's inside. It could be fragile. I'm pretty sure. No. Yeah, as you're going to see the return address, it's just the viewer's personal address in Philadelphia, or suburbs thereof. Okay, so we got one box, and then it looks like inside we have another box. Again, I'm trying hard not to reveal the contents or the address. Okay. This is interesting. Looks like it may be like a book of some kind. Let's see. Oh, cool. It is a book. It's very cool. Awesome. Very cool. Totally unexpected, but a very cool. I don't know if this is a gift or if this is part of the wager. I'll have to read the note here. But it's a book called Hippie Modernism, The Struggle for Utopia. And it's published by the Walker Art Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which I've actually visited. When I was up in Minneapolis, I went there with my friend Brendan, who lives there. Hi to Brendan if he's watching. Yeah, so it's like an art book. On the cover, there is a kind of agitprop. It looks like kind of like agitprop art, or maybe this is a real picture. I don't know. It looks like a buckyball, Buckminster Fuller, like what Epcot Center in Disney World is supposed to be. But it's on fire. So I don't know if that's a real photo or if that's a staged photo. The book is covered in plastic. I'll open it up. Just kind of page through it and check it out. Yeah, I've heard about this before. This is an invitation to the death of the hippies. I think that was staged by the Diggers in San Francisco in '67. The Diggers were kind of a radical Marxist art and politics collective in San Francisco. And yeah, this is really cool. So there's like this first part here. You can kind of see the difference on the screen. The first part is like an essay about the artwork, I guess, in the rest of the book. In the back, there's an interview, these yellow pages. And then in the middle, I'm just turning to a random page. It's kind of beautiful, full color images of psychedelic posters. Other America is devouring its children. Oh, that's cool. It's like a kind of agitprop poster based on Goya's. I forget the name of that. It's supposed to be. I believe it's Titan, the Greek god eating his children. I may be getting that wrong, but I think that's what I know. I know it's Goya. Yeah, these are really cool. So thank you to the viewer that sent this in from Philadelphia. I look forward to looking more at those images and reading those essays. That's a very interesting topic to me, and I didn't know that that book existed. The viewer also said I could read this card on air. It also has a kind of cool artwork on there. And actually, it looks like this was a 40th birthday gift to me. It says, "To the man who just turned 40, I couldn't permit to send mere water." That was, so we had this bet, me and my friend, that I was going on who Joe Biden would nominate as his vice president. I thought it was pretty obvious that it was going to be Kamala Harris. My friend who sent this, he wanted to kind of go out on he wanted to take a long shot. I think he picked Susan Rice, the former Secretary of State. I think that was her role, or National Security Advisor. I forget her role in the Obama administration. He wanted to pick her. We went back and forth. Obviously, Kamala was the pick, so I won. And our original bet had been like a bottle of wine or a 6-pack of beer. I said I wanted to try. I don't know if people have seen these hop-infused beverages. I wanted to try that. These non-alcoholic hop-flavored beverages. So that's the reference there. He says, "I couldn't permit myself to send mere water, so I upgraded the prize to a suitable collectible, the book. It reminds me of Lipstick Traces by Grill Marcus, which I might have right here. This is one of my all-time favorite books, Lipstick Traces by Grill Marcus. I've actually met Grill Marcus at a convention a few years ago, the pop convention in Seattle. I gave a paper about girl groups that he commented on. That was a pretty cool experience for me. Actually, speaking of that friend Brendan that lives in Minneapolis, right next to Lipstick Traces on my bookshelf, I have a copy of Grill Marcus's first book, Mystery Train, and Brendan actually got Grill to inscribe that to me. Brendan, I think, took a class with Grill Marcus or went to a seminar with him, and he got him to sign the book. So that's one of my, I'm kind of showing off some of my little trinkets and collectibles in my collection. So he got me this book. It reminded me of Lipstick Traces, which you had lent to me at roughly half the present age. Wow, I don't remember that, but that's really cool. Hope this substitution brings you more lasting pleasure. And the postcard is signed The Fetish. An assumed name, as I'm sure you can imagine. And if viewers are familiar with my friend group, you can probably figure out based on that signature alone where this might have come from. So, to The Fetish, I thank you for this wonderful book. I look forward to reading it. It look great on my coffee table, and it does bring back a lot of memories. And so, thank you, old friend, for that gift. Okay, with no further ado, and we're already at about 20 minutes. I definitely try to keep these streams under a half hour. We're going to dig into the last of the unopened vintage baseball cards. So again, these were sent to me from my mother. She put it's like a binder within a binder, and last time we went through that big binder with all of the commons. This package here is the last of kind of the rarer, more sought after cards. So, the crown jewel of this set is probably the Mickey Mantle card. Probably followed closely by the 1963 Hank Aaron. The Joe Morgan rookie is very nice, especially because it's in really good condition. The Mike Schmidt rookie would rank higher, but unfortunately it's not in the greatest condition, so I think that maybe takes it down below the mantle. If it was in tip-top condition, it would be worth more than the mantle. But here in this binder, we have just a little mini album. Many years ago when I put these cards into storage, I just had, kind of random, storage supplies laying around, including this binder. So I put some of the cards in here for safekeeping. I think they've stayed in good shape. When I open it up, there's a card loose in here. This is just kind of random. It's a upper deck. It's probably hard to see. It's like a Looney Tunes thing. Like it's Elmer Fudd. It's a hologram. I don't know how I got this, if it came in a pack of Upper Deck. I looked online. They're really not worth anything. Some people might find them cool, though. The new Space Jam movie's coming out. Maybe it'll go up in value a little bit. So we go through here, and we have some of the more sought-after cards in the 1963 top set. Frank Robinson, Hall of Fame. Friendly Foes, Duke Snider, Gil Hodges. Snyder's definitely in the Hall. I think Hodges is too. Down here, Roger Maris. Great card. I don't believe Maris is in the Hall of Fame, but as many know, he held the all-time home run record. You know, there was a movie about it a few years ago. He's now been surpassed by I think he's been surpassed multiple times. I think McGuire and Sosa both surpassed him in the 1 year, and then I think Bonds now has the record. You know, but again, pre-steroid era, which, you know, will always kind of taint the accomplishments of those guys. This card is kind of interesting. It's a contemporary card from that time. It's Babe Ruth special farewell speech. So it's a Babe Ruth card from, well, actually it doesn't say the year on here. I'll have to look that up. You know, it's not really a Babe Ruth card. You know, it's kind of a special printing, but it is, you know, it is, you know, it's a Babe Ruth card. I mean, you know, Babe Ruth's Babe Ruth. On this page, we have Casey Stengel manager card, Gil Hodges manager card, Gil Hodges, two Gil Hodges manager card, or excuse me, yeah, Gil Hodges 1960. Well, that's actually his player card. Gil Hodges, first base, Mets. Casey Stengel manager card, then a Gil Hodges manager card for the Washington Senators. I don't know. I don't know if he was a manager player or if he retired from playing at that point. And Brooks Robinson, Baltimore Orioles card. He's in the Hall. You know, as is sometimes the case here, I have an extra Casey Stengel, or excuse me, an extra Gil Hodges manager on the back. This is a Bomber's Best special card, 1963 tops. Tom Tresh, Mickey Mantle, Bobby Richardson. It's kind of weird, I think, that Maris isn't on there, but maybe that's, you know, I don't think people like Maris very much. Two Harmon Killebrew cards. A Willie McCovey, 1963. Very nice. On the back here, another Harmon Killebrew. I think that's 64. Manny Mota. Here's a really nice card. It's a Willie Mays. And this is, I would say this is another one of the kind of, you know, this is another one of the highlights of the collection just in terms of the card. But if you can't see it, it actually kind of shows up nice on the video. But unfortunately, the card is pretty well damaged. It's basically been, it's like it has like a bend in it. So it would get a very low grade. But again, guys, it's Willie Mays. You know, I have a Willie Mays card. I'm holding a Willie Mays card from 1964 in my hand. That's very special to me. And then on this page, this is kind of funny. This is just random, some more modern cards. Mike Schmidt, you know, who I said was my favorite player. That's his 1987 Topps card. Greg Jeffries, rookie. That's an Upper Deck card. I think that might have come out of a complete set. You know, back in the day, Upper Deck was super hot. Mike Schmidt there. There's Joe Morgan's 1973 card. Harmon Killebrew's 1973 card. Al Kaline, 1963. This is that guy, Bill Skowron. See, that's kind of interesting because I mentioned he was one of the commons from the 1963 set that was worth more than I thought. This card is from, oh, this is interesting. This actually looks like it's a Bazooka Gum card. I don't even know what set this is from. This number is 554. Well, no, it says TCG printed, and TCG, I think, is Topps card. I think that's the copyright they have on all their cards. So it's printed by Topps. I'm not sure why it's mentioning Bazooka Gum there. It's kind of cool, though. Another alkaline on the back of the page. Then we're switching over into 1973, a bunch of these rookies. A Joe Morgan, 1983 Donruss, near the end of his career. Continuing on, this is weird just how these cards are put in here. 1965 Brooks Robinson, Frank Howard. I don't know what year that is. I don't know if we've seen that frame yet. Here's a couple nice cards. I don't even know if I knew these were in here. This is another one of these leaders cards, home run leaders. You got Killebrew, Mantle, and Boog Powell. Wow, that's a great card. And here's another really cool one. 1964 batting leaders, Roberto Clemente, Hank Aaron, and another guy here, Rico Cardi, who also played for the Braves with Aaron. But, I mean, that's a great card. I think that's the only Roberto Clemente I have in the set. Obviously a legendary player, an important player, humanitarian, important what he symbolized in terms of his ancestry and what he brought to the game of baseball. There's another one of those Tom Tresches. It's funny because I showed you one of them before. This one seems to be in much worse shape. And then here's another nice card from 1973, Steve Carlton, Philadelphia Phillies, left-handed pitcher, all-time great left-hander. Here's a 1991 Curt Schilling, in an Orioles uniform. I didn't even know he played for the Orioles. That might be a rookie. I don't know. Here's a Ken Griffey Jr. post-serial card. I don't know how I got that. Might have traded for it in very good condition. If that card happens to be rare, that's cool. On the back here, we have Bobby Richardson, Carl Yastrzemski, 1973. I believe this is Ken Griffey's rookie card from Topps. As everybody that collects baseball cards or collected baseball cards in the 90s probably remembers, the real chase card at that time was the Ken Griffey Upper Deck rookie, but that's his Topps rookie. There's another Curt Schilling. That's Topps, very good condition. Cal Ripken, Ken Griffey Jr. 1990 Donruss. That might be his Donruss rookie. I don't know. And then on the back here, a couple more Cal Ripkens. And this is Jim Thome's rookie. At the time, he was on Cleveland's team. He came and played for the Phillies. I think he's a Hall of Famer. And that's the 1992 Upper Deck. I've seen that card sell online in a high-graded copy for a decent amount of money. And that one, it's been in a binder, but it looks almost packed fresh. So, yeah, those are all the vintage baseball cards. I'm going to be in the process of putting them in better holders, like these, like the cards I have here. And then I'm going to be in the process of selling some of them and grading some of them. And I may use this channel to update my viewers on that story. If you've liked this baseball card content, please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna, I think, order some Magic the Gathering stuff just as we get through these last few weeks of the pandemic here. The Magic card market, people might know, is super hot. Unfortunately, the thing I really like to do with Magic cards is draft them. I can't really draft them. I can play with my spouse, Christina, here in the house, but it's hard to do a two-person draft. But I may invest in some Time Spiral or other cards to open on the channel. So once again, thank you to my friend who sent me that book, Hippie Modernism. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We're at the end of the stream now. I think somebody else just joined the room. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Go on the channel after I finish the stream and go back to the beginning of the video and watch it. Be back soon with an update on the vintage baseball cards. We also look forward to more content, more Magic the Gathering content. Maybe we'll get to see Christina on camera. before long. She really wants to get back into cracking those Magic the Gathering packs. But until then, have a happy Sunday, happy spring. Go Villanova, and remember, always crack packs.